name is Jennifer Jekyll, and today I'd like to demonstrate to you how to lead a lean huddle. And lean is a new daily 15 to huddle that we do, which helps implement improvement opportunities, respect for coworkers. It also helps being able to bring up creative ideas from frontline workers. And the reason why it is so simple to do is because it's all visual, as I'll show you some of the materials that we use. And the one thing that I think is interesting is that organizations actually can lose up to 20% of their payroll by bad meetings. And what bad meetings are individuals that show up to discuss topics but never implement change, never volunteer to correct mistakes that have made, and pretty much let things fall through the crack. Where this system helps document everything, when it's going to be changed, when we do a process. So now I'd like to go into the materials that we use to do our meetings and how we do the process. And for ours, we use 2 erase boards, and we also use sign holders to keep our information. We have a safety cross we use. We also post process change alerts and then improvement opportunities. And then on our other board here, we post all of our metrics. And metrics are things that we use to trend problems and see how we can find a solution that works for us. And the steps of the lean process, the first one we do is a reflection, and we want to keep this to about 30 seconds. And it can be anything from a quote that you like, a reflection, a mood starter, anything to start off on a positive note. The second thing we do is our safety cross, and most of these items that we like to keep between 30 to a minute, just so we keep track of our time. And the safety cross is any issues that we have during the day. That would be any type of reportable injury. An injury, I don't mean like somebody falls, more like an error that we caught on the system, something that could affect our business, and we would need to know how to change it to fix it. So that's where we would mark all that information. And the next thing we would go over would be our safety focus of the week. It's just a weekly thing we go over. It could be anything, policies, changes that we need to update on. And then the next item is our general announcements, which we use just this sticker board that you can put on any wall, and any information that needs to be shared with staff, we just post everything here. And then our next step is going to be our equipment issues. Any equipment issues that we have that we need fixed, we always post here on this board. And then this is where we go over our improvement opportunities, and the first thing we would do would go over any due items or past due items. We would see any process since they're due, or anything that is causing them to be past due. And then the next thing we would go over would be our improvement follow-ups. Any improvements that we implemented, we would go over to see how they're working, if they are working great, or if they need improvement, or if some process needs to be changed.
Sure.
Then the next thing we would go over would be any new improvement opportunities, anything that we need to bring up that happened throughout the day that we think needs to be changed or help implemented to make the process work better. And then we would go over to any new process change alerts, any new policies we've implemented. All of our employees would need to sign and document that they understood the policy, and if they didn't, then they would just ask us, what questions they had or concerns for that. And then after we do that, we would go over to our metrics board, and we normally have about 3 of these metrics that we go over, and these are all information that we're collecting to see if the process is working, if it's something that we need to do different. It's just good data to have in our organization to see what works for us and what doesn't work. And then after we do our metrics, the last thing is going to be called wins and celebrations. And we like to end the meeting on a positive note. Just anybody have anything from at home, work that's going well. It could be anything for the staff members. And now that I have gone over the process of the lean board and how we do that, you can see that how simple it is to do. Just follow the instructions, and we even have a little cheat sheet for some people who aren't new at it. and it doesn't take very much time at all, and you can visually see the changes that we make and how they're implemented, and then they're improving for us. So that's a really good process. And then one quote that I really liked, I thought kind of tied into our lean process, is by Henry Ford. And he said, coming together is a beginning, keeping it together is a process, and working together is success. Thank you.
We're still here.